Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Tyler, also known as the Ches, and this is Chezzy Tunes, where I try to bring humor and entertainment to the EDM space. And I don't think you can actually tell, but I did get a little toothpaste on my shirt earlier when I was brushing my teeth, because I do that because I like to have nice teeth, or at least as nice as I can. So if you notice that, leave a comment, I guess. I don't know. But today we are checking out the latest Viperactive EP, Bout To Break. And I am excited because I've only recently discovered Viperactive, but I just immediately became hooked. I like Viperactive's music. I don't really know what genre most of it falls under. It does seem very distinctly Viperactive, or at least it's unlike other artists that I listen to. So if you know more stuff like Viperactive, please share it with me. But for now, I am a big fan of Viperactive style, and I'm excited to see and listen to more of it. Now, there are 7 tracks on this EP. I know for a fact I've heard 2 of them, one of which I've already done a reaction to on this channel, so that one I'll just kind of skim through, but the rest of them I am going in pretty blind. Quick reminder, once again, I do have a Discord now. You should definitely check it out if you haven't already. There's a link in the description. I encourage you to hop in. There's a lot of fun things that can be had in a Discord setting, so just saying, you should check it out. But first, we start with the first track, Dead to Me by Viperactive. I have already heard this track. It came out a while back, but I have not done a reaction to it, so it won't be my first impression of the song, but you will see my first reaction on camera to the song, at least. Let's go. Like, his music just makes me want to throw it back in the club all by myself. Everyone's gonna be like 10 feet away from me. I'm gonna be in the pit just by myself with a circle of people around me looking a little disgusted, and I'm gonna be throwing it back. Let's go. Oh, yeah. And a little switch up here. A little vocal chop in there. There's nothing that this song, my booty, it just moves. I don't know what, it just gets possessed. It's like a ghost infected my rump. It took over. A spectral spirit in my booty. That's what Viperactive music does to me. Like, all the kicks just hit with such a thumpy nature. Percussion kind of smacks you a little bit in a good way, a nice and consensual way. The type of way that you ask for. Let go, let go, let go, let go. You're all dead to me. Any song that has a sample like that, good ad-libs, can't ask for anything more. My only real complaint about it is that it's basically just copy and paste first half and second half. I don't like when songs do that. That's a little more in the second drop. I wish it was changed up a little bit more, but minor complaint. And it's still a relatively short song at just under 3 minutes. So as long as the energy's there for that entire 3 minutes, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I'll let it slide. But if I had to complain about something, that would be it. But next up is our first new track with All Day. Let's see what you got. Brand new, fresh to my ears. Yeah, that makes me excited. Always, it's the vocals, like the samples in there really elevate all these songs. Oh, the mixing of these vocals back and forth, and the bass. Okay, all day, baby, all day. I'm just do this all day. It needs a little more. It's a bit repetitive, but it's those kicks, the sub that carries it. It's so deep, focused. Like hearing this in a place with a good sub, some good bass, the whole room shaking. Oh. Yeah. It's satisfying. Everything's very clean. And yet dirty at the same time. That one's real short and sweet. Under 2 minutes. That's how I am after listening to this music. I just need a breather. I need to catch my breath after just going too hard. Going too hard. You ever just go too hard? I'm always too hard. That one does feel more like a proof of concept given the length. It is very short. It doesn't waste much time before getting into the drop. It doesn't do a whole lot. It is just kind of a distilled version of what Viperactive is at his essence. Just the beat, the thumpiness, the moving subs that kind of vibrate your booty. So this is good, but I don't think there was enough elements that make it memorable, a classic, iconic, a banger, etc. Just a kind of decent tune, but no complaints either. Just simple, sweet, short, good, juicy. Next up, we've got One Time with Strobez and Vel 9. Let's go. I like this kind of gritty guitar-y type sound. And again, the vocal chop samples that are in almost every song, if not every song, really elevate it. Oh! Just a crisp little... The sub is just so graceful, so... Ooh. Everything is so well mixed. Nothing becomes muddy or overshadows anything else. We're just, here's everything. You got the kicks, you got the bass, you got the melody, you got the vocals. Everything's in here. Come on. Drop B, drop 2. Oh, oh, hey, oh, okay. That got me wanting to do the jazz hands. Yeah. And we still got another drop to go. This is what I'm talking about. This is Viperactive, baby. This is Viperactive. This is the stance as we prepare for another drop. It's time. Oh, yeah, that grittiness, that kind of garbled synth, garbled bass. Yeah, right here. Oh, change it up on me. Yes. That's got all the Viperactive elements I love. I'm in love with you. Yeah, you know what you're doing. You've got your stuff. You've got your thing figured out. You've got your sound sorted out. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm throwing down what you're putting down. You put me down when I throw it around. Man. Like every song has the same elements, but they're just executed so well, so nicely, so cleanly. Every element has its place. Everything comes together in such a nice way. Nothing's butting heads with anything else. It's just clean, clubby, thumpy beats that just get the body moving, get the club thumping, get the ground shaking, get the booty vibrating. And again, I like the sort of guitar-y, grittier sub bass synth that was used throughout that one. That's a good one. That's a solid one. Next, we're moving underground. We were at the club, but the club has a basement. There's a club underneath the club. That's how crazy this club is. So let's go underground to the second club. All right. Just a random vocal that is being repeated. We're feeling Viperactive again. Viperactive-y? Sure, yeah, that's a word. Oh. Oh. Those like bassy synths that he has. They're so thick, they're so... This one does feel the most like just taking pieces from other songs he's done and just tweaking them slightly. Because this one, the next song that we're going to listen to, I've already heard, Crazy in the Club. This one feels very similar to it with the sounds. Not necessarily in a bad way, but I definitely see the resemblance. So it doesn't strike me as a completely unique song, even in Viperactive's catalog specifically. But still clean. We still got all the elements there that I enjoy. But it feels slightly recycled is all. and repeating underground a lot is getting a little annoying at this point. What's the song called again? What's the song that says underground, 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 Oh. Right, this is so simple, but again, it's so clean. I wish there was different samples in here because my God, hearing underground this many times, I'm losing my mind. I'm about to bury this song underground. I just want to hear the bass coming through the ground. I don't need to hear you saying underground so many times, or at least, yeah, chop it up like this. Do something with it. That one's my least favorite so far, I think. Like, I don't know. It's hard. It's so good. It's very cleanly mixed. It's got all the things that I'm still looking for in a Viperactive song. Obviously, the subs, the basses, the synths, everything's so cleanly made that it hits you. It's still thumpy. It's still vibey and dancey and all that good stuff. But those samples, how repetitive they are. It's overly repetitive. And I like, you know, Around the World by Daft Punk, but that's still... I think it's just because it's just one word. Underground, 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 underground for like 2 minutes straight. That's a bit much for me. I wish it would have either taken the vocals out sometimes, used a different sample, done some vocal chops to mix it up a bit, pitched it down, like something. Do something with it, because that was just a bit too repetitive. Though I do at least like that the first drop and the second drop were a little different. It's just those samples, while good, I don't need to hear them for 2 minutes straight. So that's my major complaint. And because it was kind of repetitious and annoying almost, it brings it down for me, even though the music was still thumpy and good. But next, we were in the club. Now we've gone underground to club number 2. That one was just kind of a warm up, just to like, hey, we're underground now. In case you forgot, we're underground, underground, underground. But now let's get to the real song so we can finally get a little crazy in the club. Now, as I said, I have already reacted to the song. You can check it out. I'll put it in the little thing that pops up over there. So I'm not gonna do the full reaction. You'll just get the first like minute of it, just so I can jam out because it's a good song still. And like I said, this kind of uses some of the same sounds from underground, or I guess underground uses some of the same sounds from this, or at least similar sounding, but this one has better samples that aren't annoying to hear a million times. Yeah. It's just those like rolling kicks. Boom, 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 boom. That gets me rolling. It gets like I literally want to do a cartwheel or like a somersault, and it's winter. I want to do a somersault in winter. That's just crazy. So yeah, like I said, I don't need to do a full reaction to it because I already did that. But it's a good one. It's a good one. It's got rolling, thumpy kicks and a bass to accompany it. Clearly gets the body moving. If you're just sitting there like that, just listening to it, what is wrong with you? Have some fun. Live a little. Enjoy your life. You've lost touch with your youth, and that's just sad. But now we get to the title track here. Another new one called Bout To Break. If you name your album after a track on the album, that puts a lot of pressure on that track. It's got to be worthy of naming the album or EP after. I don't know. Am I about to break? Am I about to break something? My mind's already broken. I've already lost my sanity a bit, so... All right, we know which song it is. I clicked on the right one. That's a good sign. It doesn't seem like it'll be an annoying sample. We've got more than one word. I'm about to break. Oh, the synth's becoming more clear. Oh, okay. Break me. Oh, okay. I see. Okay. It makes sense. This does seem like a sidestep from where we were at genre-wise, because it's got all the same types of elements, just a different BPM, different rhythm. I'm less enticed by it, but I definitely see it's a very short trek from where we were to where we are. We got to kind of re-see dark bass synth, the subs, cool percussion, and obviously some samples. It's a genre that is less enticing to me personally, but I admire what we're doing here and that it is different from the rest of the EP in general. Let's take a drop. It's weirdly soothing almost. because it does feel tamer. It feels like a reprieve of sorts on this EP. Because even though it has very similar elements, I guess the aggression of those elements isn't as aggressive as the other songs. So it comes off as like a little bit of a break. Maybe it was about like, I'm about to break for lunch. Like I'm about to have a break, about to go on a break. Cause it's still good. Like you still want to kind of bop back and forth to it, but not, my booty wasn't twerking. I wasn't on the chair this time. It felt a little more calm, more vibey, low key, cool. So I liked it. It's definitely lower on the list just because it's not what I'm looking for from Viperactive, and it's a little more subtle. Viperactive, please. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Just started choking. Still very good and still extremely clean. Like the mixing and mastering and processing and everything across the board is so clean. So nicely done. But we've got one more track here, the final track. Again, I can't remember if I've heard this or not. I'm not sure if this came out before the EP or not, judging by the play count on Spotify. I would assume that it did, but it's also Marshmello, and Marshmello just gets a lot of plays in general. So I don't know if I've heard it or not, but this is In the Cut by Marshmello and Viperactive. Yeah, every note. Okay. Yeah, that melody feels very Marshmello-y. Also, the snares too. It smacked me too hard. It was smacking my ears in a negative way. This does feel more Marshmello forward, but I need a s'more. I need that combination of flavors. Let's get the thumpy. Let's get the Viperactiveness. Oh. I definitely see some Viperactive elements. And it's got that kind of hat or whatever percussion loop that is in other Viperactive songs. He's just letting you know he's here. This one feels a little less inspired, a little more mainstream, which makes sense. I like for a second when it had the kind of vibrato to it, that last note. Okay, I see the appeal there. That one felt a little more generic in a way. Maybe it's just like a placebo because I see the name Marshmello and I know how Marshmello can be with his collabs, which is ironic. We were just talking about Marshmello in my Discord, which you should join. But just a lot of the times the collabs that he does end up, especially if it's with like someone in a genre he doesn't normally make, because he doesn't make a lot of like dubstep and stuff on its own. It's always a collab from what I can remember. And usually it ends up kind of watering down whatever artist he's collabing with in favor of making something a little more generic or generally digestible for the audiences that Marshmello will be playing to. So it becomes kind of like just the cleanest, most like sanitized version of whatever artist he's working with, where everything feels just a little less inspired, a little more generic, a little more cookie cutter. It's still doing the things that artist is known for, but in a more mainstream way. And I feel like that's kind of what this was, where it still had some fun melody, still some fun rhythm and flow, and still, gets you moving, but doesn't quite have that Viperactive flair. You can tell he's there. You can tell Viperactive was on the track, but it loses some of his essence, some of the charm of a Viperactive track in favor of being a little more Marshmello-y. So this seems fine, maybe more digestible on the surface, but kind of to the detriment of what Viperactive is known for, in my opinion. So I thought it was good. I thought it was fine, but nothing that is gonna stand out for me. It feels a little generic, less unique, less special is all. So just good, good. But that is the EP. That is the Bout to Break EP. And overall, I'd say were solid across the board. I don't think there was a single bad track. Bout to Break just didn't resonate with me as much because it was a genre shift. And even though it did everything in that genre right, like it carried it out perfectly, it just wasn't something I was personally resonating with, but it was not bad. And Underground was still good, but that sample was just way too repetitive. You need to tone down the sample, change it up in some way, whatever it was. The sample was getting quite annoying, but the musicality, the rhythm, the flows was still good, solid, Viperactive juiciness. So I would shake my booty to just about all of these, and that's honestly all I'm really looking for. I just need more songs to shake my booty to, as if I needed more songs to shake my booty to, but that's where we're at right now, and that's what I'm gonna keep doing for the rest of my life, and there's nothing you can do about it, okay? Sorry. Overall, a solid EP, an enjoyable EP. It did not tarnish the Viperactive name in my mind. I still want more Viperactive. You know what else starts with a V? But what did you guys think? What do you think of Viperactive? What did you think of the Bout to Break EP? And what should I check out next? Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support as always. I've got plenty of things in my mind. The wheels are turning. More things are coming. I hope you're excited for them. I'll catch you in the next one, and keep on jamming out, my dudes. Peace.